So happy July $500 challenge. I went ahead and this is one of the spreadsheets that I had. And I want to say, I'm not sure who went in and made it look pretty like this, but they did. Went in and did a few updates to it. So very pretty spreadsheet here. So the very first thing you want to do, right? Please watch this video. In this video, the very first thing you're going to do when you get the link, it's a shareable link. You need to come up here to the file where it says file, upper left-hand corner, and make yourself a copy and change the copy to your name. So you're going to change the copy to your name, and then you're going to hit make a copy. Once your copy is loaded, you're going to come back to the original and you're just going to close that bad boy and make it disappear. Now, this is yours. It'll have your name up here. It'll say $500 challenge, July 2026, right? So you've got all of this go. So you've changed the name. You'll notice in here a couple of things that you need to change. Let me back up a little bit. I'm going a little fast. These columns over here, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, all the way up. You can put whatever you want to over here. Anything you want to over here. If you want to put a chart link in here, say for example, you want to do chart link. You want to put a chart link in here, you'd come up here, you'd go into your trading view, and you drop the chart link in here, which is fine, right? Because you're going to have to share that into the group, right? And part of the challenge is sharing your chart link. So you already have, you want to put it in here. You want to put the ticker you're trading, QQQ, SPY, whatever it is. If you want to put in here, you want to do a color put. This is not mandatory. This, like I said, these are extra columns over here. I just gave you some examples for the extra columns, right? If you want to do how many contracts you're trading, again, one contract, two contracts, three contracts, how many contracts you're trading. Now, the H column through wherever, H to Z, those are all columns that you can mess with. The only things that you need to change in this spreadsheet are the date. You're going to put the date over here. So our first trading day is July. That's a Wednesday, right? There's a little pull down here. You can choose what day of the week. So you're going to put the date in here, right? Just put the whole date. I put July 7.1.26. Put the date in here. Put what day of the week that you're trading on, right? What your balance starting in. I put $500 in here to help you out. And then this, so you've got this date, the day of the week, and this number are all changeable. And then your goal, your goal. What do you want to, what is your goal per trade? Do you want to do 5%, 1%? So if you want to change this, right now it's 5%. So that means 5 times 5 is $25. That would be your goal, right? 5 times 5 is $25. That would be your goal. Let's say you want to have a 2.5% goal, right? 2.5% goal tells you that you need to make $12.50 on that trade, which would take you to 512. Now, you can have an actual earnings column right here. When you put a number in this actual earnings column, it's going to add to this number over here. So it's this number plus this number is going to equal this number. So instead of $12.50, let's say you earned $17. You made $17. You'll know this number, now this number adjusted to 517. Now 2.5% of 517 is $12.93, right? And this again, just going to show you a running total is where you're going to go depending on how you end up. To say the next trade, you get $22, right? $22 was added to the 539. It says that you need to make $13.18. That's at 2.5%. So the only things that you need to adjust in here is we're all going to start out with 500 bucks, hopefully, right? You put the date in here, the pull downs for the day of the week, and just let it run, right? If you want to change your percentage, my percentage goal is 10%, right? Not 10.5, just 10%. It's a 10% goal. So you notice I need to make 50 bucks. Again, that's me. You guys can do what you want to feel comfortable with, right? And then I'm going to have my actual number that I made over here, right? So maybe actual. So maybe I make $72 or not 782. Maybe I make $72 on that trade. Now it tells me that I need to make at least $57 to stay in my 10% range. So let's say I make $65, right? $65 in the next trade. Now it tells me that to stay within my 10% goal. Here it is. So the only columns, all again, H through Z, you can put whatever you want to over here. Contracts, calls, puts, tickers, chart link, whatever you want on this side. Comments, general notes. The only thing that you need to mess with over here is the date, the pull down for the day of the week. If you maybe you skipped a day or whatever, you can do whatever you want to over here, right? You're gonna, and then your percentage. So this number should stay, right? Your 500 should stay. Let me blow that up just a little bit. 500 for stay. We'll make that bold. And we're going to put that in green as well. So the 500 is going to stay. The 500 is going to automatically give you a calculation for whatever percentage you choose over here. This is your percentage column, right? Just change it to whatever you want it to be, right? Whatever number you want it to be, it's going to be. And then when you actually trade, go to your trade day and choose the actual dollars that you earned, right? Whatever your actual dollars that you earned over here, actual dollars you earned over here. And then there's a balance adjustment, right, in this area. So a balance adjustment, you're simply going to come over here to your balance adjustment and let's say that with fees or something, you're a little bit off. So just do the math and put whatever the difference is in here. You're going to put a minus in it and say it's minus $14. Minus $14 is going to adjust this next balance for this following day that you need to trade on. So hopefully this helps you guys. Use the spreadsheet. Again, this number needs to stay. Put your dates in. You can change your days of the week over here. Change your percentage, what you want to trade in here, and add in whatever dollar amount you actually earned, and just keep it running, and it'll update all this column over here. And then you guys can put whatever you want to from H on this side on over here. So please watch this video. Again, first step, you're going to come up in here and hit the file button, right? You're going to hit make a copy, and you're going to rename. If you get in here and start changing this main spreadsheet, if you get in here and start changing the main spreadsheet, everybody's going to be able to see what you're doing, and I'm going to see what you're doing, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to delete all your information and reset everything back to 0, and you're going to have to start over. So just want you to know that. Make a copy first. Make a copy first, right? So hope this helps.